streets, nigga.
Jackie-O, stacking dough, I'm back, hoes, full package, head to toe, classy ass, hot fashion, oh, I know y'all done heard of me, my flow burn to 30-degree hot, hoes say that they better than me, so, get your ass up on the floor, now, don't disrespect me, I ain't no wet shit, even looking like a ghost, in that CLS, she's so fresh, sunbathing, only I say
whatever you want, whatever you need, you can call on me. Cause you's a good girl, you's a good girl. I like them good girls, you's a good girl. Yeah, sweet G.
I'm made of me. Niggas know they can't play with me. Waking up in cold sweats chasing me. Nigga having wet dreams by chasing me. Hands are wet, whips and chains, blindfolded while they screaming my name. They like being used. A lot of these niggas like but just to ride with me and get high with me. Cause I'm a good shit, gangsta bitch. You never find another girl that flies me. And some of that white, that green, that purple. My man got that work. If you're
looking for something, whatever you want, whatever you need, you can call on me. Cause you's a good girl, you's a good girl. I like them good girls, you's a good girl. Yeah. Girl, you's a G, you ain't gotta tell me. You can roll my weed, you can hold my heat. Everything you do, you keep it gangsta. Jackie-O.
tell the DJ to back this up. Grab a cup and fill that shit up. Light your L up and get fucked up. You know they staring, hope keep dancing, shake your ass, get that bread. It's all good, you all good. Let them know that you ain't scared.
Whatever you want, whatever you need, you can call on me. Cause you's a good girl, you's a good girl. I like them good girls, you's a good girl. You's a good girl, you's a good girl. I like them good girls, you's a good girl. Yeah.
Chillin' some babe, I might just chill with your boo. I might just spill on your babe. My pussy feel like a lake. He wanna swim with his face. I'm like, okay. I let him get what he want. He buy me East Saint Laurent and the new whip. When it go fast as a horse, I got the trunk in the front. I'm the hottest in the street. Know you probably heard of me. Got a bag and fix my teeth. Hope you hoes know it ain't cheap.
That's right, bitch. Welcome. Bitch, YB Entertainment Television, Yes God welcomes you to the Yes God Roundtable, honey. Episode 7, bitch. The plight of the DL man, bitch. Yes God, and without further ado, let me introduce my wonderful, fabulous co-host. What does the cat do?
Meow. Hey, everybody.
What's the tea?
Bitch. That intro, bitch. Bitch. That was everything. That was really nice. I really did.
I spun the last 3 fucking days on it. I spent the last 3 days on it.
That's everything. The song was cute too. I know why you said I was gonna like it. I really do. I really love Sweet Dreams though. I love the actual record that she sampled.
I do too. I was definitely here for that.
Oh baby, I've been listening to All in My Mind, All in Your Mind, like at least twice a day. I love that record.
Okay. Sorry. What's going on, everybody? Everybody's doing well today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I know it's been a minute. Now we're back with the jump off. Goons in the club safe in case something pop off. Hey, what's up, Jace, Amber? Hello, So Jeff. How are you, honey? What's the tea? Cats meow. I also want to say this. Before we go any further with this evening's show, honey, we have to homage. We have to pay respect. We have to wish the Cats Meow a happiest birthday, bitch. We have to hold on. Damn, I left something out of the intro. Fuck.
No. You did enough.
Bitch, hold on. I gotta do it. Bitch, so y'all know what's gonna happen for the next time. So y'all know what's gonna happen for the next time. Damn.
It's okay.
No, it's not okay. I had this planned, but here it is. Hold on.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, God, honey. Yes, God, honey. Happy birthday, bitch.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Throw your Cash App in there, honey. Bless the kids. Bless the kids, honey. Go ahead. You got a Cash App or how you get coin?
I do.
Throw it in there, honey. Throw it in there. Actually, I got to put my banner on. I'll take my Cash App out and add yours. How about that?
Okay,
that's good. Roundtable.
Oh, what is it? I don't even know it. Hold on.
What's your Cash App?
I'm about to send it to you.
No, I'm just saying you just put it on so I can just type it real quick. What is it?
You see it?
No, I'm in the edit right now.
I just sent it.
No, I can't see it while I'm editing.
Oh. I don't see it in the private chat?
Let me look at my phone. I'm sorry.
No. In the private chat. On screen.
If I click out, then it's going to make me start
over. Oh, gotcha. All right. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. Yes, I'm 30. People don't believe me.
Does it matter if it's all caps or not?
It shouldn't. Is it gonna be you see a naked baby smiling without a care in the world? Thank you. The dirty 30s, yes. I'm here.
There we go. Y'all bless the kids, child. Bless the kids. Okay? All right, honey.
Oh, we talking. I'll be out.
Now,
thank you, Kelly.
Sorry, Chad, I've been neglecting y'all, but we just got to get some things together, honey. Yes, God, honey. What's up, everybody? Okay, now today is going to definitely be a conversation that I feel is, first of all, it lingers in the culture. It lingers in the human experience. It's been a topic of conversation probably since forever, but more so in the Black community. The plight of the BL man, honey. Yes, God. And what I wanted to do, and as promised, first, me and my wonderful co-host here, we're going to give our commentary, our perspectives, our opinions on the subject matter first. And then I'm going to put the link in the chat. Can everybody hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you. What about y'all?
Am I loud?
I need jewelry.
Everybody's good, right? Y'all can hear me? All right. Yeah, I'm going to put the link in the chat. So if anybody wants to share an experience or just have an overall thought on the subject at hand, please feel free. I might just go ahead and put it in now, and then I'll leave y'all backstage. So if you do click in, I'm going to keep you backstage until me and the Cat's Meow are finished giving our thoughts, because I don't want to.
Really, I'm sorry. I feel without like without a little piece of earring or a necklace or something. I feel weird.
I was gonna put on a whole earring and watch and everything, but I'm like, child, they'll be okay. It'll be okay. You look good, bitch.
Thank you. Thank you, man.
I know I saw Dre in the building earlier. Eco Man, I know. I saw a bunch of other people. Love everybody, honey. Yes, God. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and share. Okay, and make sure, honey, it's Cat's Meow's birthday, bitch. So go ahead and bless the girl. Let it flood. Let the cash flood. Mercedes Sundays, bitch.
I need to watch it. And I still owe y'all a review from last week, but it was just like I wanted to go into my 30s just clear. So I had a cleansing week here in my apartment, and I just cried and I laughed and I just resolved. I connected to some things. I disconnected from others. And I just needed that moment. And I just appreciate y'all, because only a few of y'all was in my DMs cussing me the fuck out. But most of y'all understood that I just needed some time. And then once y'all found out it was my birthday, y'all were completely over it. So
child, I'm
coming, y'all. I'm coming. I'm gonna give y'all 2 separate videos too. I'm not gonna cheat y'all and do the last week's episode and this week in the same video. I'm gonna give y'all 2 separate videos.
Okay, that's what's up. I'm here for it.
You already saw the episode, so what did you think?
Let me tell you something. That I'm actually happy I saw it before we did this too, because it actually coincides with gives me a reason to have this conversation too with Little Murder and his situation. And it's just like to see this episode, and just even though I know that they know what's going on and they're okay with it, just the optics of it is reminiscent of a lot of my experiences dealing with DL men. So it's that, and the situation that just recently came, the rumor, the bullshit, because I think it's all lies and foolery, from the man who came out against his former boss, Michael B. Jordan. Did you hear about that story? I believe Scotty covered it in one of his Yes for the Men.
No, what the? Wait. So whoa. Somebody that was employed by Michael B. Jordan has come out to say what?
He's come out to say that basically he didn't necessarily say the words that he thinks Michael B. Jordan is gay, but he insinuated that Michael B. Jordan may be gay and came on to him several times. And it was very, but he said he felt like as if he missed his opportunity. Yeah, now you did, bitch, because if it is true,
but not only shit. But all of the other gays have as well, because when you fuck up something like that, niggas don't even want to try no more.
And not even that, just like, even if it is true, shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up.
Anyway, just like with the whole Dwight Howard situation, sweetheart.
Do you really think anybody else is going to want to employ you? You're sitting around here telling the family business? Like, come on now, girl. In the words of Funky Dineva, stop fucking up the church's money, bitch. You know
what? At what cost? Whatever they're gonna pay you for this story is not gonna last you past the month. Like,
and from what I heard, he just came out with it. No one even approached him.
Oh, so they're doing that now. They don't even care about the financial gain. They just
the same situation where they tried to wrap up Bobby Valentino a couple years back. And remember with the transsexual in the hotel.
That wasn't a lie, though.
I know it was true, but I'm just saying, though, like, they intentionally tried to catch him on camera. Well, they didn't try, they did.
They did.
Camera. So it's just like your intention behind it all is so fucked up. And again, it's one of the things that bring us here to the plight of the DL man.
That's true, because, I mean, now this man can't explore something that he is sexually interested in because of the backlash that's going to come with it. He could have just been living his life happily, fucking the trans girl every night, but now
I'll be right back. I need to get more liquor. That is not strong enough.
Okay. Well, I want to say thank y'all for the birthday wishes. I didn't do anything. I actually share a birthday with my niece who turned 4 years old. So she had a party, an LOL surprise party, and I went to that. And I wouldn't have had it any other way. I had the time of my life. It was liquor there, so I was happy. And I was with family, so.
Let me see.
Uh-oh. Somebody said they're trying to get Bobby Valentino this week. They said he was with Lauren England.
I thought, but you know what? They also said too that what's his name was? He's just a whoremonger.
Who?
Michael B. Jordan. They say he's on a lot of people, guys and girls alike. But that's just hearsay.
He knows he looks good. I can believe it.
And you know, we forget too the longevity of his career. Like that, I remember the first time me seeing him was in The Wire.
Okay.
I know he played in some other sitcoms and things. I can't remember which ones, but that was my earliest memory of him. But let's get into it. In the words of Armand Wiggins, hey, let's get into some things. I have to say that in a lot of ways, I sympathize and empathize with the DL man. Imagine living your life. First of all, I think let's begin by trying to define DL. Do we say that DL men are actually gay or not? Do we say that DL? How are we labeling them? What defines a down low man? Is it just a man who just likes pleasure without any, strings attached, no labels attached to it? Or a man who secretly wants to be with men but is just so afraid of what the outside world thinks?
I think we're thinking a little bit too deep into it. I think it's as simple as the name. He's down low. If you know that you can't be seen in public with him, if you know that you're only going to be with him behind closed doors, if you know that in public he's a heterosexual man that gives no impression that he likes men or dick, well, what's one? Like, I mean, the reasons may vary. That's a vast road. Who knows why he's DL, but what is DL was the question. So I think it's just as simple as he just likes to kind of do his thing on a sort of like what that man said in Pose to Electra. I like my women with something a little extra. I feel like I'm getting something. It's that. It's the fucking in public type of feel.
Do you think that there is? Well, I think we all can agree that the contributing factor to DL men is obviously the public opinion of how people view the homosexual style or the LGBT community. And I think that we first have to do away with certain stigmas. We have to do away with stereotypes. We have to stop forcing people to live in the closet. Because, imagine, just the struggle for me alone to come out and for me to live in my truth, it was a lot. And I really had no one to give a fuck about, to care because of how I grew up. But just imagine being so afraid that you would actually kill someone you were intimate with. I've heard stories like that, where DL men will literally beat on the person that they've been secretly loving in order to appease or to not look gay to the public or to their friends or to their family members, or just other toxic men. Because let's be honest here, there's a lot of toxic men, not just masculinity, but toxic men, period, that make you feel as if you have to live up to them or the expectation of what it is to be a man. And I think as men, it's important to continue to have these conversations because it's not fair. It's not right. Why can't people just be who the fuck they want to be? And that's it. Because a friend of mine a while back actually overdosed and killed himself because he was tired. He was struggling with, wanting to just live in his truth. What was he to tell his baby mother? What was he to tell his daughter? What was he to tell his family and the people that had this idea of who he was? You know what I'm saying? So that's
When
when I just sympathize with it because it's fucked up and it has
I
to be a
sympathize too, but
feeling.
my heart breaks because we've made coming out so polluted and dark, and people would rather go home. And I've had a brother that died from cancer, so I feel like I can say this. People will feel better going home and telling people they're dying of cancer than to say that I'm gay. You know, like, because at least if you're dying of cancer, people are gonna walk the road with you and make you feel less alone. You know, like, if you come out as gay, you're ostracized. Why is that such a scarlet letter? Why is that such a stain on who you are as a person? That's what we need to get rid of.
Right.
That's horrible. But the only reason why I said it was like so bad at the beginning is because like I believe now, just expanding my own level of thinking, that maybe some men are just sexual. They like women. They want to be in a relationship with women, but they want to fuck a dude from time to time. Women do it, and we don't label them as lesbians.
I think there's something to say about things that are considered taboo that are so attractive. And I think a lot of times, like you just said, piggybacking off of that, I think that DL men are just that sometimes. They seek out pleasure in any forms or fashions. It doesn't matter if it's with a woman or if it's with a man. And I never like to classify people because I feel like sex is more of a feeling than it is. And I know emotion is tied to feelings, but I don't, if you're not emotionally involved in someone or really intimate with someone, that's different than love, in my opinion, or what you're attracted to. Some people just like that feeling. And from what I've heard in my experiences with DL men or men who just like pleasure, it's like, honey, like I'm not gay, but I like what services you provide. So it's more so the feeling for most of these men, not just them hiding their sexuality or because I feel like coming out and just being gay is an owned is an owned statement. You have to own that shit. And if you're not owning it, we can't classify you as being gay. Some people just like, again, we have to think about sexuality is one of the oldest things. It was one of the things that tricked the original people on this planet. It is a natural thing. People seek out pleasure. So I don't want to necessarily call men who enjoy pleasure with men gay. Because I've heard a lot of guys, and I believe most of them tell me all the time, like, oh, bitch, I just love the feeling of what it is you provide, but I have a wife and I have kids, or I have, I like women, period. You know what I'm saying? But I just, for this instant gratification real quick. And, hey, if you got some queens out there that are down to be used and abused real quick by the DL man, honey, then you go right on ahead, girl.
You do your thing. I mean, the same can be said for straight men liking to get liking. The same can be said for straight men who like to get their ass eaten. Like, that too was taboo. Like, now some men are still like, what the fuck you talking about? And then others are openly talking about it. Like, yes, when she's sucking my dick, she can eat it. Like, it's just all about like pushing the envelope. Just broaden the spectrum and understand that it's more than what you're just used to.
True. That's very true.
So what would you do if you were approached to be in a polyamorous situation with a straight man who wanted to make you his one gay?
I think you'd have to ask yourself, me personally, I think over time you begin to fall for people, no matter what you say going into it. I feel like you could say, well, I'm not loving these niggas, or I ain't loving these bitches. But you always fall in love with your main or your closest side bitch. You always gonna fall in love with that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like over time, openly, no. Just don't let me find out. Because I don't know. I'm a Capricorn. I'm selfish in nature sometimes. So I feel like I could, but I couldn't.
So you couldn't stomach like hitting him up. You couldn't stomach hitting him up, and he like, hey, I'm with the wife right now, so maybe tomorrow.
Just as long as you ain't got no problem me having my sides.
It's not about making each other jealous, though. Yes, it's just
Just
not.
as you ain't got no problem, let me have my size, because let me tell you what men will do. They will be so dominant and so selfish in their nature. They can fuck the world, but you can't fuck no one. As soon as you go fuck someone else or they find out, they are ready to beat your motherfucking ass.
Ready to swinging on you.
They will actually be in your apartment because we are some dumb bitches who done gave them a spare key. Bitch, where you been at? You been with that nigga? The next thing you know, child, you over here. Snoop Dogg and Jody is out here. Girl, we get time for that.
And you gotta jump and do air dives on fucking front lawns and shit. No, man. No.
But I feel like it takes a real mature and open-minded and very confident individual to be able to weather that kind of storm. Because I do say it's a storm because it's going to happen in waves. The first year or two is going to be blissful. You're going to have everything you needed and wanted. But when you realize, too, that this nigga's having babies, and eventually that fantasy will fade away.
Speaking of fantasy, this is off topic, so we're going to visit this and then jump right back onto the deal, man.
Okay.
Do you believe that every relationship has some sort of cheating happening? Do you believe monogamous relationships with no infidelity?
I truly believe, and I advocate this all the time, that it depends on what you define cheating as. I don't.
Traditional cheating, and not this new progressive shit. Traditional.
Like someone fucking someone else? Because if you have sex with someone else and you ain't loving them, that's different for me. But if you love someone else and have a whole family,
physical, like you can have your little work break, I can flirt, but the moment y'all get the kissing, touching, and squeezing, like if you know that it's wrong, I feel like that's cheating. If you can't do it with me standing right there, you're cheating. Because me personally, like, and not to say I'm like this, so future husband, do not, please. I can flirt with you standing right next to me. You wouldn't know that I was flirting because of my personality. You know, it's innocent. I'm not going home with you. I'm standing next to my husband. You know, like. But if I would be uncomfortable doing it with him standing there, it's inappropriate. So with that being said, do you feel like there are any marriages or any relationships that exist without that shit going on?
Again, it takes a certain type of person to be able to juggle all of that. I personally, I feel like love and physical attraction are not synonymous. I feel like they're two different things. And I do feel like you can't tell me that grandma and granddad 30, 40 years in ain't neither of them touched another dick or pussy or thought about it. Or
but had for everybody. Because me, I've never cheated in my life. I contain self-control. And for me personally, if I want to sleep with him so bad, I will literally break up with you.
And also, too, if it's that easy, and I'm going back on myself here, but if it is that easy, you have to ask yourself, do you have a connection with that person at all? Because, again, if you're getting everything you need, require, and desire from your partner, you shouldn't really feel the need to get out. If they're satisfied.
Right, even if you are attracted to somebody else, like, something should trigger you to be like, no. Like, this is not, something is off here. Like,
if you're in your relationship, if you're being satisfied emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, especially physically, because people like to exit out sex as not being a
spiritual experience.
Sorry, it is. Sex is needed, required, and desired. You have to please your partner, and you have to be pleased as well. That's just on that. Hello, God.
But it's not the good times you have to worry about, though. Yes, bitch. It's the times where y'all ain't getting along, and y'all got to depend on the friendship because the relationship is on the rocks.
Well, I mean, that comes
mad at me, and you like, well, fuck it. You want to fuck on our lunch break? Like, no. Like, you should still have enough respect for me to where even when we're butting heads and we just like, nigga, have a good day, but fuck you.
I ain't got no problem with that, bitch. Ain't nothing like, honey, if we had argued down and I done accused you of this, that, 30, you come home and you smell like Black and Miles in third world countries, honey, and you just bend me over in the kitchen real quick. All is forgiven for now. But afterwards,
But me, I'm saying don't be mad at me and go fuck work bait on lunch.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. The good times is okay. Yeah, I'm fulfilled. I'm desired. I'm getting everything I need.
Let me scoot up because I didn't hear that. Let me scoot up. I didn't hear that. Now I don't agree.
It's a bad time for us to be faithful when it ain't so good and our relationship ain't the best, and we just have our friendship and the mutual connection we started with to stand on. Because right now we can't stand each other. I don't need you to go to work and take that work-based flirting shit to the next level.
True.
I need to be able to trust you whether I like you or not.
I really feel as if you have to start strong. And what I mean by starting strong, it goes back to the traditional way of courting people. Get to know each other. You know, live with each other for a little while before you start making real strong commitments. You really need to people keep trying to dismiss those levels. Like there is levels to the relationship. And if you can't weather that storm, that means you never even try to get to those first levels. Because again, till death do us part, especially when marriage, like you, I hope you'd have been together for a while to say till death do you part. I have to truly love you. I have to really like put you on this level almost above myself in order for me to even say those words. Till death do us part. And I hope everybody else feels the same way too.
I'm getting there. But I'm not gonna lie, like I'm transitioning from being the type of bitch that if you know this, so I'm putting myself on the line, you know I ain't lying. If I see it for you, I'm ready to say I do by the end of the week. Like if I feel a connection, I just believe in it so deeply.
Let me ask you this. Going back to the plight of the DL man, do you feel like DL men deserve to be loved? Do you feel like you can fall in love with the DL man?
I feel like you shouldn't. You can, but you should not. They deserve love. Everybody deserves love, but just like it's levels to the relationship, it's levels to the love shit. I love you. Yeah, I mean, we have a connection and I love you, but...
Why not? Why couldn't you fall in love with the DL man?
Because for me, I'm not into poly. Emma is anything. Like...
Well, hold on, though. I didn't say that he was poly. Because you can't group DL men and say that they're just out here for everybody. Some DL men are just that.
That's not for everybody, but the fact that I'm saying poly because I've already entered into a situationship whether I know it or not. So no. Side, and it's you and your bitch.
No. Let me rephrase it. You and this guy are together, have been together. He ain't with nobody else. You ain't with nobody else. He's just down low. He don't want nobody in his business. He hasn't came out the closet. That's not what he wants to do. He only wants to fuck you, but doesn't want no one to know about it.
Okay, so let me say this. Again, no, I would not fall in love with a man like that. 2, let's erase, just like we want to erase the stigma of gay being so bad, let's erase the stigma of I'm DL because I don't want hoes in my business. I don't want hoes in my business and I'm out and fucking proud and private as a motherfucker. I don't have nobody in my motherfucking business. But it doesn't take away from the fact that I'm living my motherfucking truth. I do a lot of tops. Straight looking as a motherfucker. One is my really close friend. But if you walk up to him and ask him if he gay, he's gonna tell you yes. You ain't getting no further than that. You don't know who he dating, you don't know his life. Because he don't want you in his business.
So let me ask you this. So are we saying that DL men are only tops?
No.
Okay.
No. And no. Some men are only into the experience because they want something they ain't getting from her. I mean, not to be too vulgar, but baby, even though it's shaped different and it's in a different place, we got a hole just like she do. So I mean, that's not really much of a difference. And if you're a little chunky, you got the hole and up here too. So I mean, you really kind of getting the experience. But if he wants to bottom, sis.
Let me ask you these questions, and I feel like I'm interviewing you now. I'm going to answer them as well. How do you feel about the people that have a lot to say about the Black church and Black women attribute to the plight of the DL man?
Yeah. I mean, there is absolutely no argument there. Absolutely not. I left my home church because of that very reason. Every time I would visit, because I was out and proud, you know? And I put too much out there, but there are two family members in the pastor's family that are gay. One is a female, one is a male. They are completely okay with the female. Showing up to church in pants, got the little, I'm a basketball player, I'm just rough. All of that, like, but you ain't saying nothing about women laying with women. But every time you want to address homosexuality, it's always a man with a man. So it ain't even about the Bible anymore. It's about your own preference. You don't like it. You feel like you got the Bible to back you up. You okay? And the black women want the black man. So anything he say, oh yeah. Because you don't want to be the angry black woman because then he won't want you.
I think the
y'all DL too, ladies. Not y'all. But I'm saying the black ladies that we're speaking of, y'all DL too. Because y'all amen him when he tearing our ass to the ground. You're good Judy when you get out of church.
I think there's something to be said about that major, and I say major contributing factor to the plight of the DL men being attributed to the black church and black women, because there's this lie, there's this stain on the homosexual community, period, that, and I think people try to group it as this one thing, but not realizing that the spectrum is vast. Just like there's many shapes and colors of people, it is the same way when it comes to our community. And I really fucking hate the fact that we as black people, period, not just gays, but black people, period, we find a way to segregate and pick and choose within our own community as black people, period. Whether you gay or not, you are black first a lot of times. Amen? That's how they're gonna treat you. That's how they're gonna treat you. So I think it's something to say, like, this stain, this, it's really hard to put it into words, because when you really go to thinking about the deepness of this particular subject matter, you have no choice but to sometimes get in your feelings and get angry, because it's at the end, it's so simple. Let people just live and
think about it. Like, we feel the impact of gay because we are gay. Like, there's a stain on everybody. If you think about it, the ghetto folks look down on the wealthy folks. Oh, y'all think y'all better than everybody. Truth is, the wealthy folks do. So the middle class and the higher end wealthy black folks look down together. Child, we can't come to the dinner. If they gonna come, if that family gonna come, we not doing it at my house, because they don't know how they gonna. Then you got, it's different. It's different entities, and we, the gay blacks, we just kind of go in there as well. Because I mean. Yeah, they're hating on all gays, but they're really targeting the black gays because they could give a fuck or two about white gays or, Hispanic gays. And, they care about the black gays and what we're doing. We're such a stain to masculinity because, no, girl. Because your straight baby daddy ain't worth shit either. So, I don't understand how I'm contributing to the decline of masculinity when he can't even give out his kids. You fucking him? What does that say about you?
It's crazy. A long time ago, I kind of fell for this guy, and he was down low at first. And I've told the story on my channel before, but it's an experience that will forever stay with me, because I think it really helped me in a time where I needed to experience that heartbreak and pain. After 3 years of just giving my all and giving my love to someone who just really, it was more of a physical relationship than anything. And eventually the tea got out, his family found out, friends found out. He was treated like shit, honey. But to this day, it's crazy. Girls still fuck him. He has kids now and shit. Like, it's so crazy. Like, the world, if it's such a stain, there's so much like undercover love for an undercover brother, if that makes sense. But I don't know.
That is true. So, like, as long as, like, they just get over it. Like, you don't look gay, He'll play it off and, oh, that nigga just sucked my dick, and then
PlayStation buddies, smoking buddies. Lord knows.
It's always welcome.
Jack and Jill
Y'all
went up
already know by now, but if you don't, if a dude asks you, oh, if he say, "Do you smoke?" Act like, cause bitch, it's gonna be a party.
It's definitely gonna be a party. We can turn my
Absolutely.
notifications down. That shit is too loud.
But no, I couldn't. For me, I couldn't fall in love with a DL man.
Huh?
I deserve more than that. I deserve more. Look at me.
But hold on now. We can't. Let me say something, because the Yes God Roundtable is a space created to share our experiences in an effort to build the bridges of unity, right? Being young and gay and in that self-discovery moment of your life, I'm not going to say this was for you, but for me, and I know a lot of other people that have experienced this, some of your first experiences are with DL men. At least the sexual experience of it is. So if you are in love with a DL guy, I don't want to judge you. For those people out there that find that, but now let's keep it real. The gays in the community, honey, we make that the thing. Oh, girl, I got to have a DL man. I have to have this. I have to have a straight masculine acting man. Like, there is this high praise and high worship that does come out of our community for it. But this, speaking seriously to the girls who are actually literally falling for these men because you are really trying to love and be loved, in the words of Nicki Minaj, hello God, I feel for you. But I do want to let you know, have your experiences, because they will make you who you are. I woke up one morning, literally after dealing with so much shit that boy put me through, and it was like the Spirit of God just walked through me and was like, child, you're done with this today. You're over this. You realize it's time to leave. So eventually, you will discover that this wasn't meant to be. That you deserve better.
But
don't deny your process if you are in this situation.
Yeah, don't deny your process at all. And it may not end the way we say. You may inspire him to, man, I love this dude. And if it means coming out to keep him, then, oh, well, you don't know. But what I will say, my piece of advice that I wish I would have taken to heart when I was your age, if you're watching, be honest with yourself. Feel what you feel. If you're in love, you're in love. But be honest. Take off the rose-colored glasses and be honest. Look at the situation for what it is. Thank you, baby. Look at the situation for what it is and be honest. And if after you're honest with yourself, you like, well, bitch, I don't give a fuck. I love him and I'm willing to be stupid. That's your life. That's your lesson. But I don't want you to come to Auntie Cast Me Out like I didn't tell you. Baby boy was doing what he was doing. You can see what he's doing, because a DL nigga is a DL nigga, but he really ain't. You can see what he's doing in plain sight. The only thing that's DL about him is his moves with you.
Child, let me tell you something.
When he not.
This is so funny. One time, no, actually, can I say that? I'll say fuck it. My self-discovery, child, many moons ago, bitch. When I was a young warthog, bitch. Okay. Honey, I remember this one time. This guy and me were having sex, and
oh Lord.
We were doing it a little rough, and I was wetter than normal. So when I told him to stop, because Mama needed to check to make sure she didn't paint the kids. Hello, God. When he pulled out, he said to me, "Oh, did you paint?" And I said, "What you know about that terminology? What did you know about that terminology?"
Man.
I said, "No, I did not paint. Thank you very much. And you can back the fuck away from me and you can leave." Because at that time, I'm like, just the fact that you knew that, let me know you more for the community than you let on to be, honey.
Right. That's
How
why I
many
said
girls
they not really deal. They be doing the same stuff we be doing. They be on the same people we be doing. And they think they hiding, girl. The lights ain't that low in the gay clubs, bitch. I see you.
Hello, God.
I
Well, not
see
now
you.
because we quarantining and stuff, you know.
Girl, the lights ain't on. The little cute little spot I used to go to down here, boarded up, bitch. Boarded.
So this is what I want to do now. I'm going to go ahead and post the link into the chat. So if anybody in the chat feels the need, I can allow, where it's 2 now, right? I can allow 8 more people on. I really don't want to do that. So please just try to come on. I can still hold you in the background. That way you have an opportunity to speak your piece on this particular situation if you feel like it.
What's the question? Can we pose the question so they can answer it? And what are we having them on to talk about?
Just their experience or their thoughts on the DL men.
Okay.
Just, you know, I'll type it in real quick.
Let me fix my little drink real quick.
Is your
That bitch said, when I was a young warthog.
I hope everybody is having a good evening. I do appreciate you guys so much for coming through and supporting the platform. I really do appreciate it. Let me just do this real quick. I apologize, guys. Thank you guys for being engaging. Please, I want you guys to come in and give us your thoughts. This is definitely another way for us to engage with you guys as well. And also, I want to do more episodes like this too, where we can get you guys involved. You guys have a lot to say in the chat, so let's put you up on the platform and let's hear it. You don't have to come on. If you want to, an avatar or something, you don't want to show your face, that's fine too. I understand. Not everybody wants to be seen. But I would love to hear your thoughts, though. What did you say as overall thoughts on the plight of the DL man?
When I was a young boy, how? I'm gonna be doing that all day.
Yeah, I just think, it's unfortunate, because I think the DL man does get a bad rep, but I just think it's easier said than done. Again, if you're just one of those DL men that want to live in the community, that want to love another man, I feel for you. And I'm sorry that, you're going through what you're going through, but hopefully one day you wake up and realize that your happiness is what is needed, required, and desired before anyone else is. Because you got a lot of people out here, again, taking their lives and resorting to drugs. And that looks strong, bitch. Woo! That looks strong. That looks really strong.
Ooh, I got the rest of the month.
Hey. I'm going to stop buying these, by the way, because, I end up going for it, honey.
I'm so sorry. I got you hooked on it. Have you tried another flavor?
There's only 2 that I know of.
Have you tried the original, the lime?
I'm not really the lime. This is already.
They have a mango. They got a peach. The peach is okay, but the strawberry is by far my favorite.
I can't do sweet drinks. It does something to my stomach, so that's why I always plow it with some with a cranberry or something to kind of mitigate that sweetness.
Gotcha.
But yeah, in our community, I just feel like we need more togetherness. And I think the DL man, in a lot of ways, especially if it's the DL man that aspires to want to be a same gender loving man.
And I think for me, pointing the gun back at ourselves, we don't make it any easier. The straight community ostracizes you and treats you like shit if you know that you fuck with men. But then if you have a DL experience, if you find somebody that's going to walk with it and you're going strong, shit like what's going on when Michael B. Jordan happens or Dwight Howard, they have to run the risk of you getting mad at them and exposing them and getting your way.
Remember what happened to Young Buck, child? The kids, they are out here slaying the kids. slaying the kids just because they don't want their information or their tea out there. Like, it's crazy. So, and I think, again, it's attributed to the bullshit of the Black church, Black people, period. We need to fucking take a stand on this, and we need to stop judging people, because life is important at the end of the day. What a person does with it, that's up to them. And why is everybody so invested on who someone is fucking?
That's all I'm saying.
And if we want to lean on the Bible's understanding, it tells you to take care of your fucking house first, bitch. Focus on your household and get your shit together.
Take care of the log in your eye while you trying to point the splinter in somebody else's.
Oh, you better preach it.
That's scripture.
Okay, for real. Child, I guess nobody wants to come in, child. Y'all got a lot to say.
Scary. Any other time, y'all give me the lane, give me the lane, give me the lane.
Okay. Because I feel like I done said what I needed to say. I guess going back to what I thought about with
Could you fall in love with a DO man?
I could. I have.
How was that experience?
Honestly, I'm okay with it because I don't like bitches in my business either. I'm an open. If you come to me and say, bitch, or ask me if I'm gay, I will tell you yes. But it's not something I offer. I don't think that it's people's fucking business who you're with, who you love, who you fuck, who you suck, who you do, and who you who. I just don't. I don't think it's anybody's business. But I do feel like if someone asks you, like, I feel like people ask you, then you can tell
That's
them.
what I'm saying. That's
a lot of times, you have to be mindful of who's asking you and the intention behind the ask. Because some people just want to know so they can pick at you and they can call you out. I had a friend, not a friend, hello God, a foe, a long time ago, bitch, asked me, oh, since we got you drunk and high, and we're around a bunch of homeboys, since we got you drunk and high, it's a good time to ask you this question. Are you gay? And I looked at that bitch, and I denied it. I said, no, I'm not gay. I was a teenager at the time, child, so.
But the fact that they, like, waited until you are, like, almost intoxicated.
Unless we're going to turn this into a gangbang situation.
That's what I thought you were going to say. I thought he was going to request that y'all do something. I was going to say, okay, bitch, I like what
his intention wasn't that. His intention behind it was they wanted to clown. They wanted a reason to clown. And I've had many people in my life try, when I was younger, try to get me to just openly say it. And it's just like, girl, like, what are you trying to, why are you so invested?
Same thing happened to me. I didn't say the words, I'm gay, or I didn't answer. I didn't even say that. The first time I acknowledged it was when somebody was like, you gay, right? And I said, yes. That was my senior year in high school. Every time before that, I'm like, no, and it wasn't the same reason as you. It wasn't I was ashamed of it. It was like, why do you care so fucking? You can look at me and tell, you dumb bitch. Like, why do you need me to vote for you? Like, you
know what I think it is too? I think it goes down to like imagery. I think if people, like, you know how men say, oh, tell me how you're going to suck this dick. So when I finally tell you how I'm going to do it, hello God. In your mind, you're making an image in your fucking head about how this is going to be. So that in turn gives you what you need.
Or remember this is
hey Abby.
Hey Abby. Justice League. Remember like how in school they would be like, hey, if I ask you this question, please don't get mad.
Bitch. And you already knew where it was going.
I just started answering. They were like, please don't be mad. I'm like, no, I'm not. Anything else? Like, I already know where you're going with this.
I hated that because you eventually would be like, oh, can I ask you something? And I'd be like, do not fuck my day up by trying to be. Now, why do you want to know? especially girls, you have to be mindful. And I hate to jump on women real quick, but when girls ask, you definitely have to be mindful because sometimes the boys will send the girls because they know you'll be more free mouthed to the women. Hello, I was gonna say fish, but the girl, we know how women feel about that term. We ain't going there today, bitch. Okay, and I respect it. Hello, God. They'll want to know because they want to report back to the niggas and tell the niggas like, yeah, child, he admitted that he was gay. So now you just have to be it's such a crazy thing that you have to be so mindful of everything you do in this lifestyle.
I exposed the girl's boyfriend by mistake. Because after I had said it wasn't even at school. Like we were at the Y. We would go like to YMCA after school. That's when I said yes, and But after that, I was like, "Bitch, bring in the damn thing with me." Because after I had said it, I felt so free. So like I was just like being myself. Like I was so free. And one time, this girl, after I guess she wasn't at the Y when I said it. She decided to ask me. She was like, "You gay?" I said, "Ask your fucking boyfriend, bitch." And everybody was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. So she's thinking he played football or whatever. He's gonna beat my ass, or so they thought. Because even if he wasn't with it, bitch, beat my ass is not gonna happen. But she went to him and was like, and I remember this because we was all in gym. She was like, he was gonna say, ask my boyfriend, like you gay too. Why didn't nigga laugh? It was one of them like, and she was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh, did I just do something? Like I didn't know. I had no clue that he was interested in guys. I was just saying that to get up off me. Like she was bothering me. I wanted to say something that was gonna sting, that was gonna, put the heat on her. I didn't know she was gonna take it back to him and he was gonna actually react the way he reacted. I was prepared to fight. And when he laughed like that,
your life could have been in danger, bitch.
It really could have. But that boy laughed like I wouldn't mind. Like, and I was like, oh my God. And years later, I seen him voting for his life in the club.
Oh,
voguing for his life.
So you were the catalyst. So you were
to be totally honest, watch out for that too, kids. Just because he come off as DL, hallelujah, God. He ain't always DL, okay? That was this guy my freshman year. His name was Patrick. I'm not gonna say out his last name, but I'm willing to put that much on the line, bitch, because you shouldn't have been fooling me. So Patrick was, I want to be your husband. I want to be your man, this, that, and the third. And then years later, me and my cousin, we went to this club. And they was like, it was, remember that song Hollywood by Beyonce and Jay-Z? And they remixed it. It was like, Holly, 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 Holly. Somebody was on top of the bar getting it. I was like, bitch, yes, give it all you got. And it was Patrick. I said, I literally was in the middle of the club about to cry, like, my dreams of having this light and shining armor, this masculine image that we were talking about.
Hold on, real quick. Sincerely, Nadia said it best, and I'm going to piggyback off that. You were the catalyst for him discovering who he was then. So in a way, you were his fairy godmother.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes. I'm here for it. If it's self-discovery, I'm here for it. That's not the first time that's happened, y'all. There was this guy, I'm going to leave him anonymous because we still cool. There was this guy that we were really cool in high school, like really cool. Like, and I think he was like kind of sweet on me. We ended up going to the Lil Wayne concert together. And the more he would brag on our friendship or how happy he was to be around me, people would clown him. So between that and him knowing that if his mom found out he was gay, she would put him out, we kind of like broke apart. Like he just stopped talking to me and I didn't know why. I mean, this dude would come to my house. Like we would like hang out in groups or whatever. But he would come to my house, always be around me. Like we acted like a couple. I could tell he liked me. And then he just stopped talking to me. Years later, I ran into him and his baby mama. Well, I'm not gonna say baby mama. I know he got kids, but I don't know if that's my mom. I ran into him and some girl in the mall. And he pulled me to the side and was just like, I want to apologize for that, like, and I'm like, for what? I had honestly forgotten. He apologized and he admitted to me in that moment. He was just like, I had a thing for you. And it was just weird for me because I'm not gay. Like, I don't like dudes, but it was something about you. And I'm like, I was trying to be understanding, but I was just taken aback because they had never been told to me. That was the first time. That's why I said what I said. Because that was the first time I had experienced a man telling me, I don't like men, but you're the only.
I've had that too.
And I was just like, oh my God. And the fact that like, I mean, we was off to the side, but I'm pretty sure Mama heard what he was saying and got his ass all the way together in the car. Like, did you just tell that dude you liked him? Like, that was just an out of body experience.
And I think that goes back to the DL men conversation. Like,
yeah, right.
You have those moments where it's only you in particular. And some of the queens, they fuck it up because they think it's a free for all. Just because a man is with you doesn't necessarily mean he's for everybody in the gay community. Sometimes he just is infatuated by whatever your presence, your vibe, your energy gives him.
Yeah.
Again, y'all, the link is in the chat. If you want to come through and give your opinion, feel free. Feel free. Because I'm dedicating this whole show to this one particular topic. You know, usually I have multiple, but I figured this was going to be a conversation that would last. And I know G-Status comes on at 10:15 today, so some of y'all bitches are going to be running up out of here. But we'll be off before 10, so there's no worry with that. Okay, honey, we have someone in the building. Ding dong. Ding dong. One of the long-time people, honey. He's been supporting the platform, supporting the channel. Totally love him. Jace Ambition is with us. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey. Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Sorry, I meant to come on a little earlier. I was trying to reload my hookah and all that shit.
No, do your thing.
Refresh my cocktail.
Drink the building, honey. I know that's right.
But just really quick, happy birthday again to the Cats Meow and
Thank you.
It is a pleasure to be on here. But just really quick, I just wanted to say just my plight on, or just my opinion on the whole DL thing. I know you brought up earlier about falling in love potentially with a DL guy. I definitely feel like if you choose to do that, you're in a sense lowering your standards. Unless if that's just completely what you're into. But like me, I'm not into that. I'm completely open. I've always had a loving, supportive family. I didn't officially come out until I was 27, and I've been knowing that I was gay since I was in preschool. So, but my family, they just waited on me to come out. They didn't disrespect me. They've never disrespected me, and they, like I said, they've always been supportive. But because I came out that way and I have the love and support of my family and my friends, I don't feel that it's necessary for me to, per se, go back into the closet, you know, dealing with a DL man. So,
right.
So that's my thing on that. And I also just wanted to say that as far as like DL men choosing not to come out, I feel that a lot of gay guys kind of, because they choose to accept that, it makes it easier for the DL man to stay in the closet versus come out. Because like if everyone banded together and said, "Hell, we're not dealing with this anymore," then they would have the choice of either to continue to live their secret life or either come on out. And there would just be more pressure asserted, you know, on them to come out. So that's just my thing with that. And you have so many gays that just accept that just because they're this masculine trait or whatever, you know, that they're willing to accept it, and it just makes it harder for. Do you think
that, now you gotta be thinking now, because there's this infatuation and there's this lure to the DL men, that even some gay guys that are gay as fuck claim the DL because they know there's that's the moth to the flame, that excitement.
Yeah,
community loves
it. I agree with that. I do.
I believe that. I mean, look at the pictures that most gay men take. Like, you doing all of this, but in your picture, you giving all the trade. And it's just like...
Let me tell you something, bitch. When I was in Atlanta, I got full Atlanta. I used to get fooled. The niggas I used to meet on the chat line used to come through, send pictures, thugged out like a motherfucker. But when they got to the house, like, "Hey girl, how you doing?" "Oh, bitch, you better slam my door. Get your ass out of here, bitch."
Exactly. Y'all know I got a whole video about it. Like, the dude showed up at my door and I'm like, who is this dude? Like, he didn't even look like his picture at all. And I'm just like, why would you mislead like that? I can't even recognize you. That's not gonna work, sis.
And then if you come here with no eyebrows, or because you done arched them motherfuckers to life and earth, bitch, and you come here with foundation and you are a beat face like, honey, you told me you was a thug, honey.
Why do you even have makeup? Why do
Let
you
me
even
ask you
ask
this.
makeup?
Let me ask you this, why? Because I've been watching you a long time. I
Yes,
know
you
you're
have.
into like the trade type, that typical trade type.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like is that ultimately what you want your guy to be like?
I want a masculine man. I feel like I'm feminine. I desire someone who is masculine. Because I feel like if I'm seeking out femininity, I might as well be with a woman. In my,
You like the brat feminine. Like you feminine, but you a tough ass bitch. Like you will get with
I get that. I don't.
you will get with them. Like if your level is breached, if your boundary is breached, there's a side of you that comes out that you don't even see or realize. And it's just like, whoa. Like it's just like,
well, honey, when you get me
that good Florida comes out. That's
you already know. You get two shots of Hennessy and me, honey, and a Black and Mild. I'll be a thug for a day. I sure will.
Because you are, in the words of Charlie, you are a pussy kind. So I can see it. I can see you having a big tall piece of trade on your side, but
you damn right, Chester. I sure can. I can cook.
Like, how would you feel if your trade was trade, but he was like Butch Queen trade? Like trade, I'm a dude. But if the right song come out, like
I
got this is like.
Let me come home.
I feel like those are two completely different personas, and I feel like if trade is going to be trade, but I right now I'm 35 years or 30. I'll be 35 in a couple months, but overall I'm 35, and just as I've gotten older, I've learned to kind of accept, because I used to be on that whole trade thing. Like my first boyfriend was a drug dealer. So I used to be into that. I used to be into that kind of shit, but as I got older and like I went to law school and graduated and shit, and just as I educated myself more and all of that, I just learned to appreciate gay men. Now I'm not saying that I want like someone who was super feminine, but I don't have a problem with a guy having feminine traits and qualities and things like that.
It's not so much like trade. It's just like, because again, we don't want to attribute masculinity to not being gay, or you know what I'm saying. I'm just into. I need something that's opposite of me.
I get it. I mean, for me, I've learned
that term trade just has a very like
you're right,
hyper masculine kind of association. So that's when people say trade. I just
you're right. Get it, but me personally, I've learned to stretch my tolerance a little bit, because I had to realize that as a man, even if you're completely masculine, like top all the way, if you're gay, some of that is going to be embedded in you. So there may be a little twitch in the neck or a little, and I don't. That's not a big deal for me, like especially if I know that you're openly gay. And your predominance is masculinity, I'm cool. I don't need your pants to be tighter than mine, sis. But I mean, if you want to dip, okay, we can K-Wang with it. We can K-Wang, and I'm okay.
Chester, just to give my opinion on your question, to me personally, trade is someone who is that walks through our community of the LGBT, but has a masculine presence. That's what it means to me. I think trade is a person that they fuck the girls. You know what I'm saying? They fuck with us, but they walk freely within our community, just doing and doing.
Oh, this is fun. How would the three of us be described in gay culture? Like, what word are we?
How could I see the chat? Oh, right here. Okay, got it.
On the side, yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know the terms. I don't even know.
Are you asking us or the chat?
In the chat.
Oh.
Okay. I'm asking y'all too, and I'm asking the chat. Like, if y'all know, just tell me.
A lot of people would put me like Queen Butch.
Butch Queen, not Queen.
Well, because
Butch Queen. I think I'm a butch queen. I mean, that's what I would consider myself.
I don't have a lot of butch.
And I hate like labeling myself when it comes to that.
I hear you.
I don't have a lot of butch. I mean, I don't like to
technically
label. If I have to be succumful, I need to know where I fit. You know,
right.
but I don't know. I don't have a lot of butch. So, is there a label that's
Queen, bitch?
I could just be a queen, yes. But the thing is, I don't know how to vote. Like, I'm really a normal person.
That's not really no. A queen is just like someone who accepts their femininity and who doesn't mind utilizing it, and just that to me, a queen just owning that shit. Like I don't want to put too much heavy shit on words because again, just like Jason Mitchell said, like I don't even like labeling myself a lot of times because when I was younger, I would never bend the boys over. But I've had experiences as I've gotten older to where I have done those things. So that's say, don't try to drink. Ooh.
And for me, it's not about labeling. For me, it's about people like me knowing that they have a place, you know, because I wasn't Butch Queen, because I wasn't Trey, I felt like I was the void in the middle that didn't have a side, you know, like, because I don't, you know, I have a couple girl pieces, but for the most part, I like to just dress comfortable. Yes, I like tight jeans, but a lot of those jeans are men jeans. But I also don't like, I mean, I don't mind wearing a lady's four. Yeah, I said 4.
Let me say this: if you were to like go into a ballroom scene or something like that, you would be considered a butch queen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just hate it though because I'm just me. You know what I'm saying? And I know that these categories, the category has been developed way before our time here. But I think going back to what So Jeff was saying too, it's also related to this. I think as we get older, we begin to change the things that we thought that we liked at one point. Through experiences and trying new things and being exposed to different situations. Again, there are things I thought I'd never do. I said I would I ain't doing that. I would never do that. And then now, lo and behold,
you're doing it.
Yeah.
Busted wide open, bitch.
You're doing it.
Honey, let me tell you. So there's again levels and different things you're gonna go through that may change the way you thought about certain things. And that's okay too, because again, that's your learning process for your journey.
Me, sexually, I'm open. Mentally, I haven't done it yet, but I think I'm open to like doing things sexually with another feminine guy. I just don't know if I'm willing to commit to that as far as the relationship is concerned. But as far as like a sexual experience, like in a wild night, I think I would be open to that. And I wasn't. Like 5 years ago, I would be like, girl, ew. Like, what we gonna do? We'll pack it?
Right.
But now, I mean, it's just my mind, you know, like, I've never rode pocketbooks before, so what if I like it? You know, like, I don't know.
And I think as you get older, you would definitely, you know, where you say you already are more open to things like that, or you could possibly be open to it. So as you get older, you know, you're not going to want to just every time you have sex. You know what I'm saying? You may want to just get on top. You know what I mean? I'm just being candid here. But as you get older, you will find yourself, you know, more open to things, willing to accept more things regarding sexuality.
What do you guys feel about what Chester?
No, I feel like there's a certain genre of gay feminine men that get up, because I don't get judged unless there's a guy in the clique who feels like him being friends with me is going to get him shade or get him talked about, then he'll try to throw a little gay innuendo joke. But as of late, like, I'm the cool gay guy. You know, I'm the gay guy that can be outside smoking weed with all of the homies, and it's like, they girls can be like, I'm going inside. I don't want to be. And they are completely comfortable with a gay man being outside because I don't give off that I'm trying to fuck your man. You know, it's the energy that you present as well. If you're around a nigga that you like, and okay, girl, give him that energy. Exude. You know what you're doing. But at the same time, like, you also know what you're doing. So read the room. You don't have to, hey, what's up, my nigga? You ain't got to beef it up. You can still be yourself.
But I will say,
when I'm smoking with the dude, but
I will say, based on my experiences of going out in clubs, and like I lived in Atlanta as well for like most of my 20s, and I know that there is a hierarchy of like the more masculine guys are going to get the most attention, but it's usually from the more feminine guys.
Right.
And I feel like it is definitely more of a competition, especially in Atlanta, more of a competition with the more feminine guys to try to get the more masculine guys. So I won't say people look down on feminine guys per se, but it's just more, there's a lot more competition, a lot more shady shit and cattiness that comes along with that.
I think that there's a subgroup of faggots out there in the world. Let me just, I know we say, we can't even use that term, but there's a subgroup.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Faggots
Shit.
that exude faggotry and faggot shit. And they have given the rest of the good ones a bad fucking name. So when people come in contact with even the good ones, we've already been labeled. We've already had this preconceived notion about us that we are like everyone else. The same way white people group black people in the same situation. Like all black people were dangerous, were violent, were this, were that. With the gays, again, that sub group of gays, the faggots out there, and I hate using that word, but I have no choice, because when we talk about this subject, it can go on and on and on again. But they've made it horrible for the ones out here that just want to live life. We don't have time for all of this trying to fuck everybody and think everybody is havable out here, pushing the limits of shit. That's why a lot of niggas don't want to fuck with us.
Right.
Because they've seen, and I want to let it be very clear that don't link us up together, because we're not all alike. Because
we're not
doing that too. You don't want someone doing
a whole relationship with a basketball player right now, and y'all would never know.
What's up, KK? How you doing, baby?
And let me say this, because I was in the chat, like that whole ATL hustle bullshit that went on last week. I've been in the chats, and like I know people were like highly offended by other gays calling people faggots. Let me just make it clear: I don't call people faggots. That's just not in my everyday vernacular to just spew out that word. However, I'm where you are when it comes. I say faggotry or faggoty bullshit. That's what I always say. And what that means is that stereotypical bullshit. Huh?
Oh no,
I'm going to bring on someone in just a second, but I wanted you to finish your thought.
But I just associate that with just that stereotypical bullshit that they try to lump us all into, and scamming and trying to fuck everybody's man. Like that's faggoty bullshit, messy ass. All that messy bullshit. That's what I call faggoty bullshit. So it's not that I'm trying to offend anybody by using that word faggot per se, but you're acting faggoty. You know what I mean?
Okay. I want to bring someone on real quick. Chester, he's been in the chat today, honey. He says he has some things to say, honey. What's up, Chester? How are you?
I'm doing good. How you guys doing
tonight?
What's up,
Chester?
We're fine. Hi.
Hi.
Great. Thanks for coming on. What's going on?
No problem. I've been enjoying your chat about this, because when I first read what you were going to be talking about the plight of DL men, I disagreed initially.
Okay.
Because I don't believe there is a plight per se. I do believe that gay people have a plight, but not DL men, because they have a choice. They're choosing not to act upon who they are while we are out living our shit every day. You see what I'm saying? So, and then y'all started talking about everything else, and I had to just jump in and just add to the conversation.
Okay. When as it goes for so you really don't think that there's a struggle with a man? Think about for us though. For instance, I'm not trying to change the way you think, but
no, it's fine. That's fine.
Just like think about for us how hard it is to finally grasp the idea of just living in your truth, the horror. Not the whore, because that comes later. That comes later, girl. Okay, but the horror of it all, those thoughts that you're going to be persecuted. So imagine, the same could be said about the DL guy who is like, I think there is a plight there. There has to be some kind of struggle trying to decipher who you are and where you land in this world.
About what percentage of DL men do you think that would apply to?
I would say that only for the DL. Well, all of them really, because it has to be a struggle.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you when you think about it, like I want to cry now just by, and that's probably the drink speaking, honey. Okay, but I want to cry like when you can't. I remember those days of just like, when are you gonna fuck a girl? When niggas trying to convince me to have sex with women because they wanted to prove that I wasn't gay, or I needed to show myself, or going to weddings and shit, and not having the opportunity to see two men, but I have to be forced to see, a heterosexual relationship. Just there's so many different things. So for me, yes, it's a lot of courage that it took me to come out. But imagine for those guys, especially the ones who live in the community of the ghetto, the projects, the dangers that surround that big decision to come out the closet.
Well, what about the DL men that live in suburbia who just know that the queens, the rich queens, we get off on having trade. So it's like,
simply
do you
taking
advantage of that fantasy that we have?
You talking to me or Chester?
I'm talking to anybody.
Oh, I agree with you. That's why I was like, they're pretty much taking
I
advantage.
didn't hear that last part that you said.
No, I said, do you think that they're taking advantage of us?
Yes. And the gay people, the gay guys that are okay with that, they enable that shit. So, like I said earlier, DL guys don't feel that they have to come out because there's always some gay guy that's sitting around that's going to be okay with that.
Okay, and I remember T.S. Madison. I watched one of her shows and she was talking about this. She had mentioned that for a lot of gay men, when they came out, they were by themselves. They were young, they were impressionable, they were probably in middle school, high school, and the straight kids would bully them and fuck with them while they were around their boys. But later at night, behind the scenes, they in the inbox, hey, what you doing? Walking past the house, trying to get your attention. That's the first impression gay guys have when, as far as sexual relationships. So they fetishize that as they get older. And I think
that firsthand in school. Like I was in the band, and
I was too.
Me too.
I was on the drum line at that too.
I was a drummer. I played the clarinet. But I would get teased. Me and my little friend Kendrick, we would get teased all the time. But yet, like the smallest things, like when we're on the bus and we have to line up in the middle aisle, like the main guy that always teases us wanted to be behind us to make it seem like he was teasing us, but he was really like playing with our butt and like touching us. We were like, I'm like, girl, who's all that? Like he touched you too. Like he really liked us, but would talk about us and dog us like during practice. Yeah, all the time. That is actually a thing, and I think people still do that.
You know what's crazy? Because Chester, you brought up something. You're right. I think still to this day, in a way, that maybe that is what started me on my journey of this infatuation, this love and connection with the whole trade aesthetic. The whole, because that was my first introduction into the sexual relationship with the man.
It is your first experience, so I guess your first love too, because you ended up falling in love. Like it's a little thing like you have. It's just like, this is our little secret.
How dare you come on my platform and make me question my whole fucking life?
I'm sorry, sweetie.
I have to think about this now, honey.
You can thank T.S. Madison. She opened my eyes to that, because I was like, damn, I was that gay dude that was around, and all my friends were straight. But then when they found out that I was gay, they'd come around and stuff and, try to make little hints, trying things. I never fell for it. I never was comfortable with it. You know what I mean? So I wasn't 18 until I had my first experience, but it was something that I did, notice that happened growing up. And then when I talk to other gay people, they're like, damn, that same shit happened to me. Do
you have any experiences of your own with DL men?
No, I like feminine out men, so I never have that issue. I like the fitness, so it is what it is.
Okay.
You never have to question what I like, so you know I'm happy with it. But I know, so I have friends who deal with DL dudes though,
Mm.
and I try to help them. They're like, you can do this, but don't future fake with this motherfucker. Don't think it's gonna be a future because there isn't.
Trace a motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? So, have sex, do what y'all do. It is what it is, but don't blow his spot. Because he is risking that too. You know what I'm saying? So if you get mad at him, don't go on Facebook saying, "Oh, I've been fucking this dude. Here's pictures of us." Don't do none of that. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it far too often.
Both out. Don't do no shit like that.
Right.
Y'all are both out and proud.
Right.
I don't need to broadcast what we doing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ever.
Now, Chester, since we have you here, let's ask your own question against you, shall we?
Oh shit.
Any experiences of discomfort in the community as well? Because you don't sound as if you carry yourself feminine at all. So is that a question that you just had overall because you've never experienced that, or you witnessed your friends experience that kind of backlash from their own community?
I'm not sure where I seen it at, but I think it was on like maybe G Status or the Come Up. So one of them was talking about how feminine men are looked at in the community and how they're not as accepted. And then I've heard a few other places. So I just wanted to get your general opinion on it.
Okay.
Because I know when you ask a straight person or a closed-minded straight person what they think of a gay person, it's this over-exaggerated feminine, thing that floats around the room. And it's just like, that's not what people are. So, and that's how they look at it in a negative way.
Mm.
So, some people don't like it. I like it, but it is what it is. Everybody got.
What is it that you like?
No, I don't know, man. It's hard to describe. It's just something about it. It's just how they interact with you, and I don't know. It's just something freeing about them being themselves. They're not trying to be someone else, for you. They're just them, and there's something freeing about that, and attractive.
This will definitely be one of my teaser clips for my promotion on Instagram. Because
I'll come on more often. I've been watching you for like the last 9 months.
Oh wow!
I've been watching all this shit, all the drama that's been going down with all the different people and everything. I've been in the chat, but lurking. But I decided to check in tonight.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I really do. That's what this is here for us to, share our experiences and all that good stuff so that we can try to build some type of bridge of unity in this bitch, okay?
Right.
And I really appreciate it. Aww. I've been finding out a lot of people have been following me for a long time and they just drop it. I love to hear stuff like that.
That's great. 9 months. Like that.
And crazily, like I always tell people, I was going to quit this shit last year. But you'll be surprised and how things happen and I appreciate it.
Oh, and the chat is asking me what drama. I'm talking about the shit with like G Status and Cedric Kane and all them people when I would come through. I'm there. Like I said, I'm lurking. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot that's a name that we don't speak. He who must not be named. I won't. I won't.
Expelliarmus. Get that motherfucker up out of here, honey.
So yeah, I follow all of y'all. Ebby, El Teddy, giving you the real tea, the cat's meow. You guys are doing some really good stuff, and I hope you guys keep it up. And I'll join more often to give my little take of what I got.
Please, this was great.
I appreciate you coming and sharing and everything. Thank you so much as well, Jason Bishon. I appreciate you as well.
Yes, it was great talking to you all.
Highly intelligent young men. I appreciate y'all.
Yes, I love y'all's perspective.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, well, good night, and I'll be back in the chat. So.
All right.
And I'll
Thank
be
you
back
so much.
All right.
No problem. Thank you.
Are we done or are we discussing more?
I got a few more minutes because G Status will be coming up.
Okay.
Wait,
I thought we were done.
All right, wait. What do y'all think about this part 2 that he is releasing tonight? Because I think we got. All right. I think Delicious was set up. I think she did what she did, which was wrong. But I think Ja used that as an opportunity from what she saw with the N-word the week prior to do it again with this first half of this episode to say, oh, well, she also said this to get more people talking. And at the end of the day, it kind of fucked Delicious over, no matter how you look at it. And I think the rest of this episode is going to be what Jay Simber arguing with Four, and I think Akeem fighting Delicious. So we see the result, but it's just like, where are we going to go after this?
From what's being said about the future episodes after this one is that it goes peaceful, people are working and doing things, but then again, saying and seeing are two different fucking things. I don't know. I do kind of understand where you're coming from, as in Delicious being set up, because it seemed as if Ja was not as forthcoming as I would have wanted him to be during his live. And I think that live was a little over convoluted with everybody else coming in, trying to do shit. And then for someone to say, and I quote, "You have one of the greatest production settings on your fucking show than any other web series, but you have the nerve and caucasity to tell a bitch that you don't know how to work a YouTube live or a StreamYard, so you decided to do everything on Instagram, which is deleted after 24 hours.
Not only that, it was advertised for YouTube. So when people got there, they were just like, where the fuck was it at? And I put it in there. I'm like, he over live on Instagram right now. So not many people saw it.
And there was no follow-up message to say, y'all head over to Instagram or nothing.
I 100% agree with you as well regarding setting Delicious up. I think it was more so like for clicks and views, because you knew it was going to create drama, and you saw the previous week how everyone reacted when she said the N-word.
Yeah.
And I don't know if y'all noticed, but at the very beginning of that episode last week, he could have taken that shit out. They included WAP.
Yep.
And that song had just came out that previous Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all were editing shit and doing all of that. So you definitely could have taken that out. So there's no excuse for that. And I just feel like you set Delicious up, and you were just trying to create drama and, like I said, clicks and views.
Absolutely. I thought it was complete bullshit when they said that the episodes were already done. Because I told you the same thing yesterday in private. I said, bitch, that song just came out. Like, y'all are doing these episodes weekly. And then he just kept referring to the shit as a teachable moment. You wanted that shit intentionally in this episode. Same thing, I'm agreeing with you 100%, Jace. You had every opportunity to take it out. KL came on the line and said, I told him to take it out. He said no. And then I know he wanted the click and the views and the conversation. Because every time somebody says something, you reposted it on your story.
Yeah.
Nothing was positive. Nothing was said positive about last week's episode. And you reposted everything.
The only way that would have became a teachable moment is if when it happened, they filmed Ja dressing him down or her down. And they filmed it from that perspective of them saying, hey, what you just said was fucked up. This is why it shouldn't have happened, and you need to apologize now.
Break the fourth wall.
Not wait a whole year. And then Jay Simber was saying that they just did the confessionals a month or two ago or weeks ago, where they knew this episode was coming out, and that's why she started asking people, what does this word mean? So how does this apply to people? And it's just like, wait, so you did it a year ago. They knew this episode was coming out now, and now you're going to address it again in front of all these people live.
Which contradicts everything, because Josh said in the moment, he told her.
Mm-hmm.
So while they were standing outside, when they said cut, he made it as if he was like, bitch, that wasn't cool, right? A year ago. So why in 2020 are you asking what it means? Aside from all of that, let's just say John never said it. You got to be, I don't know what crack you smoking. If you think I'm going to believe that 2020, you don't know what the fuck lynching means. If I say lynch, my 4-year-old niece probably know what the hell I'm talking about. You being a grown motherfucker in the likes of Atlanta and Florida, you don't know what lynching means?
And that whole teachable moment thing, like, my opinion of that is, like, you don't exactly put out the content or have the reputation as, you know, like you don't have the platform to educate people just based off of the content that you're putting out. I mean, for me, it's about the drama aspect of it. It's you can't turn around and say this is a teachable moment when everything you're putting out has been negative. You know, that just doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't. You can't get me to believe that this child did not know what the fuck she was saying. If she didn't know what it means, how did she know to use it? She used it in the proper context. She used it in the proper context, so obviously she knew what she was saying.
YB, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
What do you think of like Sherrod's take on everything? Because I watched him do a live with Ebby, and he was pretty much just saying like, he was pretty much on our side at first. I don't know what else transpired over the week, but that was what I saw.
I feel like Sherrod is caught in between a rock and a hard place. That's his friend. That's someone who he has history with. So to see your friend say those things, and mind you, on both occasions, he was not present. Mm-hmm. You know, he wasn't in the scenes for both of those situations. And to see the playback, then hear the outpour of the public's disdain for Delicious, for her comments and everything, I can only imagine how hard it is. But he's also questioning his friend as well. It'd be different if he did not question his friend, but he is questioning his friend. He is trying to, you know, see through the situation and educate her and have conversations with her. I do feel like once we get into those particular spaces, it's not really for me or for people to give their opinion. That's just me how I feel, though, because that's walking into territory we know nothing of. We don't know their relationship. We don't know the extent of their friendship. We don't know the things they talk about, what they go through. What I know right now, and I will say this publicly, is that both of them has been receiving death threats. Both of them have been accosted publicly recently. So again, we're taking this to a violent stance and to a stance where we're just our anger is outweighing the moment where we need to be educating the kids, and we need to be we're not giving bitches passes. We're not trying to create situations where we're accepting things. And, you know, they say black people, we're so forgiving. That is very true. We're the quick to forgive, especially when atrocities and things have been done to us that don't deserve our forgiveness. But in situations like this, like, people fuck up, man. People say crazy shit. Do I truly believe the girl is a racist bitch? No, I don't think that she's racist. I just think that she's dumb as fuck.
Just an ignorant bitch. That's what
I don't think racism. Okay, I don't. I mean, I feel like she uses the word nigga because she wants to associate herself with black people. I don't feel like she hates black people.
Right.
I thought she said lynch because she wanted some sting. Yeah, for what she said. She wanted, like, me saying I'm gonna get your ass beat with your hard enough. She wanted him to know, like, bitch, I'm gonna fuck you up. You just used the wrong word. What pisses me off is that you're trying to use the ignorance of it all to fight
her bullshit.
Again, you used it in the proper context, sis. If you didn't know what you were saying, you wouldn't use it in the proper. You wouldn't use it at all. You said, if I was somewhere else, I would have his lynch because I would have his ass lynched because that's the type of bitch I am. Like, you knew what lynched means. You said you would have him lynched. Like, so to say, no, you're not Portia. You don't get to who said that us.
It's a real compounded issue because it's something that honestly could have never aired, especially if it was filmed a year ago and you told her about it twice since then. Since before you even released it, you had this discussion with her about why it was wrong to do this. And his excuse was, well, I talked to my mom about it and she said that, well, it's reality. It's reality TV. And I'm thinking to myself, let me ask you a question. You think Love and Hip Hop, all them other places, if their people say something stupid on camera, you think they're not going to protect their investment?
But wait though. He said he checked her, right?
He said he checked her the day she said it.
He said he checked her. So you want us to believe that you checking her really happened, right?
Right.
So wouldn't that be considered reality as well?
Exactly. That's why I was like, why didn't you show that?
Break the fourth wall.
Right.
Just take her around and let us see John, his all black, getting in her motherfucking face saying, bitch, that ain't cool.
And if that was done, this backlash that she's having in post
Wouldn't have never
George
happened.
Floyd society would not have happened. And I use George Floyd because ever since that happened, the world has changed.
And
Even though we've experienced the same situations for years and years, it kills me that this one separate situation is the catalyst to bring forth the revolution that it was needed long since before, honey, okay? And I just think that it's dangerous territory when you have your first, because I believe that Delicious is the first non-black person to join the cast of G Status.
Yeah.
So it's just like to take, and then again, you are not fucking Cicely Tyson. You are not Oprah. You are not fucking Shonda Rhimes. You are not these girls out here to put forth that kind of awareness. Stick to the entertainment aspect. Because you're not, if you don't know how to navigate this particular conversation piece, then bitch, you're gonna get what you're getting right now.
Yep.
Let's be real. The whole teachable moment, conversation piece, all of this, that is a blanket.
Mm-hmm.
You knew when the bitch said lynch, you felt it fire up in your body that this is gonna be some good TV and a lot of bitches was gonna be talking about this.
Yep.
That was your main concern.
Especially coming off of
the same TV show that was like, we ain't gonna give y'all the next episode until y'all give us X amount of views.
Yeah,
that's not how it works, but okay.
This is the same show. Like, y'all care about the click and the view. This is your damage control. This is your PR right here.
Mm-hmm.
I told her about herself. It was you could have taught her in that moment, bitch. You're not supposed to say that. Let's have a meeting. Let's have a class meeting on why you should not say that and still not air it.
People keep trying to say, well, I didn't hear it. I heard it loud and clear. If you were there in person, I'm quite sure you heard it way before I did.
And all 8 of your black cameramen heard it too.
Even if you didn't hear it then when you were on the editing floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have been like,
passing by. If I was passing by because they were outside, let's say I was a pedestrian walking by and I heard, I'll get someone to lynch, I would have turned around. What this bitch just say? Like, it would, like, that word alone, like I've said before many times, like, you knew. Who says that in a conversation about wanting to whoop someone's ass?
Right.
Who says it, period? We don't use the word bitch at all. Speaking of which, on this subject, are we gonna let Redrick slide by with, I didn't know either.
Now about Redrick, here's the interesting thing. Delicious kept saying Redrick told her, I'm sorry, that he didn't know what it meant. Redrick got on live with her that night and was like, yeah, I didn't know what that meant, but when I was told, me and you can't be cool no more.
That's fake.
But
you're
black from Alabama. You don't know what lynch means?
Yeah.
The faggotry.
You're black. I don't know if from LA. You're black. Fuck where you from. You're black.
No, she's black. You from the Bible Belt.
Alabama. And you don't know what lynch.
Where it's hard for you to live your truth as an androgynous man.
Mm-hmm.
No. Where they still lynch.
Yeah.
They still do it.
I mean, yeah, they found a couple people, what was it, a few months ago in LA.
They still lynch in Alabama.
And they're trying to rule those as suicides. Bitch, please. Bitch, please.
Nah.
But I don't see us turning over cars for that, though.
Exactly.
Because I definitely would. Like, I just can't stand, like, again, this is a conversation I do plan on having again on another episode of the Yes God Roundtable soon. So you guys are free to come back and join that conversation as well. I want to do more, too, with the chat. So I'll probably do more situations like this to invite people up to give their opinions as well. Just to make things different. But I'm going to end this off now. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
Yeah, this was.
I appreciate y'all. Nice meeting you guys. Like
you as well.
Officially, right?
Right.
And And you Chester as well.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for sharing. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Y'all take
Appreciate you
care.
guys.
Hopefully you're following me on Instagram because y'all be in the teaser clip.
All right.
I'll be there.
Hear what y'all got to say.
All right.
All right, y'all
All
take
right.
care.
All right, Chester, take care. All right, Jace, take care.
Bye.
That was a good show. Hold on, don't say nothing. I have to. Yep.
10, 10, 10.
Yes, honey. Okay. Thank you. I so appreciate everybody in the chat that came through and supported, that gave, questions, comments, all of those things. Jason, Ambition, and Chester for coming through and sharing their experiences with us. Again, that's one thing I'm trying to push for us to be more including of the chat, because I know oftentimes that things can get so busy, I often neglect the chat. So this is what I'm going to need. All the people that popping big in the chat, excuse me, bitch, I'm going to need y'all to come through too, because I would love to just hear your perspective. Writing is cute, but just to hear the passion and to hear your overall thoughts. I know a lot of people aren't meant to come on live. I get that, but you can do what Chester did. Put an avatar up, especially you, Belize. I was expecting you to click that link, girl. So Jeff, I was looking for you to click that link. Okay. But I understand. I totally get it. No pressure, guys. Anything else, Cats Meow?
No, again, thank you, Chester and Jace. It was really fun. I love it when four gay men can talk intellectually, and we can use our brains and not just like, "Ooh, girl," and all of that. Like, we had a really informative, educated conversation, and that to me is the most stimulating to me. So I really appreciate that. We got to have y'all back on and talk about something else, because the energy between the four of us was just amazing. So I really do appreciate it. And thank y'all for the birthday love. Oh my gosh. Like, y'all yesterday in the comments under my post, but to keep it going is just awesome. I just, my heart is full. Thank y'all so much.
Yeah, you deserve it, boo. You deserve it. And again, I want people to know it's not all about just birthdays. You should be celebrating the people that you love each and every single day. Amen. But just more specifically on the day that God decided to bring you in the world. Hallelujah.
Oh, and I'm dropping up. Thank you, baby. I'm dropping after this is over. Head to my Instagram because I'm dropping a live performance.
Oh, we get it. What? Why we couldn't do that here?
It's a video. It's pre-recorded.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I'm here for it. A performance. Let the kids know what you do if they don't already know.
No. They have to see it. I'll tell you about it. They have to see it.
So you heard it. Y'all heard it here. So y'all got to see it. So is there a link for that, or
after we end this, I'm gonna just post it to my Instagram. So just be on the lookout for that.
Okay, y'all. Hopefully you're following at the Cats Meow Official on Instagram. That way you can get a peek of this project that he has for the kids. We're here.
Oh no, it's not that.
Oh.
It's just a random performance of me singing. I'm singing a cover song, actually.
Okay, all right. I know that's right. I like to end my Yes God Roundtables with a quote. So here we go. And this is a quote from someone named Rumi, whatever the fuck.
I love Rumi. Come on, give us a piece.
Yes, God, honey. The quote says, "Yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I am changing myself." Amen.
That's deep.
Amen. So once again, I do appreciate everyone. Please support the roundtable. I appreciate you guys for showing all the love that you guys do. And until next time, okay. Again, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification bell. That way you're updated each and every time I'm uploading something new. And we'll be back next week, I believe. All right, guys. Be blessed and never stressed. Have a good day.